Good morning everyone. I am Dr. Shilpi Saxena and I welcome you all in my channel Life Skills. And in this channel we are having Learning English series, and in this series today we will have Learning English part 3, and in this part we will discuss parts of speech and sentence forming. As we know that in Learning English part 2 we have discussed parts of speech, and we discussed 4 parts of speech: noun, pronoun, verb and adjectives. And in this part we will discuss the rest component of parts of speech. So let's give me a review what we have discussed earlier. Parts of speech are the classification of words categorized by their roles and functions within the structure of the language. Parts of speech encompass everything a language has in itself. They play different role in the structure of a language. Each part of speech explains how the word is used. In fact, the same word can be a noun in one sentence and a verb or adjective in the next sentence. Yes, these are 8 parts of a speech: noun, pronoun, verb, adverb, adjectives, conjunctions, prepositions and interjections. So in the first part we have already discussed noun, pronoun, verb, adjectives. So today we will discuss the rest 4 components of parts of speech. Adverb. Very few people have knowledge about adverb because generally people think that adverb is a word that modifies a verb. But here we are having the detailed explanation of adverb, because adverb does not qualify only verb. Adverb can qualify adjectives, noun, pronoun, prepositions, or even it can describe itself and the whole sentence. Adverb often end in ly and look exactly the same as their adjective counterparts. Example: slow, slowly. Generally we use ly to form adverb with adjective: slow, slowly, clear, clearly, quick, quickly. Here are some examples. It is tiring to run quickly. His brothers laughed loudly. The sun shone brightly. The captain went boldly. The farmer worked hard. The minister spoke well. So these are some of the examples of adverbs. Now we will think how adverb describes various parts of speech. So let's start from the verb. He sings loudly. In this sentence, adverb is qualifying verb. Sings is a verb and loudly is an adverb. Adverb can describe adjective. He is very tall. As we know that tall is an adjective and very is adverb. Here adverb is qualifying adjective. Adverb describes noun. Only Mr. Sharma can do that. As we know that name of a person is a noun, so here Mr. Sharma is a noun and only is an adverb. Adverb describes pronoun. This is certainly mine. Mine is a pronoun and certainly is describing mine. So here we see that adverb describes pronoun. Adverb describes prepositions. The fan is exactly over our head. Over is a preposition and exactly is an adverb. Adverb can qualify adverb itself. She talks very sweetly. So here we see sweetly is an adverb. Sweet is an adjective, and when we use ly with sweet it becomes adverb, and very is also an adverb. So adverb can qualify adverb itself, or even a whole sentence can be described by adverb. Fortunately, I had brought an umbrella. So the complete sentence I had brought an umbrella is being qualified by the word fortunately, and fortunately is an adverb. So we must understand that adverb has a variety of use. Now we must know more about adverb. See the difference, very beautiful difference. This is a fast train and this train runs very fast. So here the word fast is adverb and it is an adjective. This is a fast train. Here the word fast is an adjective because train is a noun and fast is an adjective. Fast is qualifying noun. So here in the first sentence the word fast is a adjective, but in the second sentence this train runs very fast. Here fast is an adverb because here the verb fast is qualifying the word run, and run is an verb. So the same word fast can be adjective or it can be adverb itself. Now we will discuss the very large component of part of a speech, that is prepositions. Prepositions shows the relationship between a noun or a pronoun with another word in the sentence. Many prepositions tell you whether something is or when something happened. For example, yes, you can see in the picture, on means when something is on, something in. You can understand the meaning with the help of this picture. Next to means beside, in front of, behind, between, under, through, around. So these are some of the preposition. I have used that image to make you understand better. So you can understand the use of various preposition with the help of this picture. Now just have a practice of the preposition with the help of this image. The clock is the wall. So we will use here on. The clock is on the wall. The ball is under the table. The cat is beside the armchair. The table is near the chair. The carpet is on the floor. The lamp is on the table. The flowers are in the vase. The table is near the chair. The table is beside. The table is between the chair and the armchair. So between is the right word. The table is between the chair and the armchair. Now the next topic is conjunctions. Conjunctions are the words that link other words. Phrases or clauses. Conjunctions allow to form complex, elegant sentences and avoid the choppiness of multiple short sentences. So conjunctions, what actually conjunctions do? Conjunction joins the words, or sometimes they join the sentences also. The phrases joined by conjunctions must be parallel or share the same structure. For example, I work quickly and careful. We cannot connect these two words with the help of conjunction and, because these two words are having different parts of a speech. So I work quickly and carefully. There are three types of conjunctions. The first one is coordinating conjunctions. For, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. Subordinating conjunctions. These are some subordinating conjunctions. After, although, even though, every time, as if, as far as, in order, as if, since. And these are some correlative conjunctions. Either or, neither nor, not only, but also, and, both. So we will discuss the conjunctions in detail in the next chapter, because this time we are having a brief introduction of parts of speech. Now our next topic, or I must say the last topic, is interjection. An interjection demonstrates the strong emotions or feelings. These words or phrases can stand alone or be placed before or after a sentences. For example, when we have to present or exhibit emotions, very strong emotion. For example, hey, oh, bravo, oh God, wow. So these are the words that shows our strong emotions. So now we have discussed all parts of a speech. Here I would like to mention one more point. Some people think that article is also the part of a speech, but the 8 part of a speech we have discussed: noun, pronoun, verb, adverb, prepositions, conjunctions, interjections, and adjective. So in the next video, in English Learning English part 4, we will discuss article also. Thank you for watching.